Good evening everyone. In the last video of chapter number 1 business studies, I have completed my lesson till nature of management. Today I'll start with levels of management. Levels of management mean a chain of authority that is present in all types of management. A chain of authority means there is a hierarchy. Hierarchy means some people are at the top and some are at the bottom. Why? This is because of their specialization, their powers, their work, and the nature of job and post they are in the organization. So, in every type of management, there are 3 levels. First is top level management, second middle level, and last is lower level management. Top level management comprises of all the senior most employees, that is chairman, vice president, managing directors, president, and all the senior most employees. Middle level management comprises of all the managers of various departments such as purchase manager, production manager, sales manager, marketing manager, and all the divisional heads are there in middle management. And last is lower level management. Lower level management has supervisors, clerks, accountants, superintendents, and all the operating officers who are there with the workers. So lower level management is there to work manually. Middle level management is there to interpret, and finally top level management is there to plan all those activities which will be carried out by the middle and lower level management. Most important task of top level management is to plan and organize. Planning, defining the objectives, defining the strategies, and all the major tasks which are to be carried out by the middle level management. Organizing all the resources and assembling all the resources which will be needed by the middle level management and lower level management. Middle level management does the work of staffing and coordination, recruiting the desired employees, providing information to them which is given by the top level management, interpreting the tasks given by the top level management, motivating the lower level management to work, cooperate with all the other departments, and finally recruiting the most important employees which will be working under them. Last is lower level management. Lower level management works to fulfill the plans which are decided by top and middle level management. The main task of this level is to maintain the discipline, to maintain the quality of the output, to maintain the safety standards, to help the workers in solving their problems, and to interpret any problem which is there at the lower level to the middle level. These 3 levels work parallel to each other. Why? Because top level is dependent on middle level is dependent on lower level, and lower level is again dependent to top level. So each level is interdependent and interrelated. Next topic is functions of management. Functions of management are divided into 5 most important categories, and each category is connected to each other. First function is planning. As the word suggests, a plan is very important for every kind of management. Planning includes deciding in advance what you will be doing in future. What are your aims? What are your tasks? Where you want to go? With whom you want to go? What you want to do? Where you want to do? Finally, what you want to achieve through your business. This is a part of first function of management, that is planning. What, why, how, whom and when. Some most important questions are being answered in this function of management, that is planning. Second function of management is organizing. As you have made a plan about your business, next what you will do? You will organize. Organizing means dividing all the major activities into small groups and then grouping the task into various similar type of divisions, and finally you will try to provide resources and all the available material to your employees in order to organize. Next is staffing. Staffing is dependent on organizing. As you have organized your datas, as you have organized your departments, as you have organized your resources, as you have organized everything in your management, you have divided all the duties and responsibilities, then you will recruit and keep the desired employee at that place. For example, you have made a purchase department, you have made a marketing department, you have made a production department. In staffing, you will keep the specialized employees in those departments. So staffing means recruiting and selecting the best possible employee for that division of work which you are going to give to that person. After staffing, there is directing. Directing includes 4 major components, that is, first is supervision, second motivation, third leadership, and fourth is communication. Through these 4 components, you will try to direct your employees which you have recruited. Firstly, supervision means to see what they are doing, whether they are doing it correctly or not. Motivating means try to encourage them to do their best and achieve what is planned by you. Third is leadership, to influence them in such a way that they are so motivated to work for their personal as well as organizational goals. And lastly, communication. Most important part of directing is communication. If you are not able to communicate your plan clearly to your employees, then it is very difficult to achieve that plan or to accomplish those goals which are decided by the top level management. And after directing, the last function of management is controlling. Controlling is the final function through which you can check whatever your employees are doing. You can monitor, you can scrutinize. Why? Because after planning, you have to check that the actual work is same as the standard which you have decided while planning. So this comparison is known as controlling. And you have to control the deviation. For example, you thought of making 100 boxes in one day and only 50 boxes were made. So there is a deviation of 50. You have to control, you have to see that where the mistake is done by the employees. Through these 5 functions, overall management is completed. I'll again summarize. First function is planning, is to plan. Second, organizing is to divide the task into smaller tasks and accordingly you will give the duties. Third is staffing. Fourth, directing, and lastly, control. My next topic is coordination. Most important thing in coordination is, if the management is not well coordinated, not a single level can work, not a single function can be there, not a single employee can accomplish their task. That is why coordination is most important function in management. Coordination means synchronization of activities. Synchronization of efforts from the standpoint of time and the sequence of execution. You have to see that the people are synchronized with each other, their efforts, their actions of various units, various departments, various levels are synchronized. For example, if top level is arranging a meeting tomorrow, so middle level should know everything about the meeting beforehand. It means they are well coordinated, and while the meeting is going on, they have accomplished what they were deciding as a result of meeting. So if everyone is coordinated among themselves, finally the lower level management will get the work through middle level which was decided in the meeting. So each level is coordinated among themselves. That is why coordination is very important at all levels of management, in all the functions of management, and finally it itself is most important function of management, because without coordination group efforts cannot be integrated among themselves, and if coordination is not there, responsibilities of each and every employee cannot be monitored, and the unity of effort will not be there if there is no coordination. So it is very important to have coordination. And finally, it depends on the size of organization. If the size is very large, you need more coordination because there will be more departments. Functional differentiation is there. Some people are specialized in some other activities, some are specialized in other activities. So you have to coordinate among them. And lastly, it is very important that all the specialized people are coordinated so that the final goal of organization and management can be achieved. And lastly, I'll tell you the management in 21st century. Management in 21st century is very important. Why? As we are living in a globalized world, and every manager should have the dynamic nature so that he can adapt according to the world. So in this age, in this 21st century, it is very difficult to cope up with the challenges of environment. And if you are not well managed, if you are not following the rules of management, if you are not following the protocols of management, you can never come ahead of various organizations who are competing with you. So global manager has to have some rules, or we can say some roles. In the capacity of country manager, if we are working in our own country, we have to see that people are coordinated or not, various organizations are coordinated or not. If we are working as a functional manager, we have to see that various departments are coordinated or not. And if we are working as a business leader, we have to see the trends which are going on in the world. So if we want to be a part of 21st century, we should have that caliber in us to be so dynamic that we can instantly change according to the changing trends. So in this way, I'll conclude my chapter number 1, that is nature and significance of management. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.